Hi guys, so I decided to film a quick video to show you the operational manual because I specifically wanted to show you the format so you could do it correctly. And then also, I know that some of you, this is just an assignment, you want your 50 points and you're going to move on. Some of you might actually want to be making an operational file or manual. I've been using that term interchangeably, manual and file. But something that you as a management team or as part of a larger organization or a nonprofit might want to use in order to solidify and standardize the policies that you have. So I'm going to walk through this. So I'm going to show you what you need to do for the actual assignment, and then I'm also going to give you some optional hints of ways that you could use this in your own business if you were looking to make an operational manual or file. So the first page, I just have a background of children playing in a classroom because that's typically what we do and what we would need our operational file for. So here you're going to write your school name. If you don't have a school yet, you can make up a name, whatever you want. And then once again, the name here or the company name, sometimes our LLC, if we are an established business, is a little bit different. So the name of the school might be Fantastic Beginnings Oceanside, but the company name is Fantastic Beginnings LLC or nonprofit or whatever it is. Then the street address will go here, and then your phone and your email, or like the information email if you had it. If you don't have an email, you can just say janedoe@gmail.com or something like that. So if you don't have any of this, just make it up. If you do have it, add it though. So then once again, put your school name, the one you already have or your made up one. Then you're going to do a table of contents. So after you finished writing, then come back here and write all of the things that you've added, and then along with the page as well. So personal leadership, and then we do communication policy or something like that. Okay, so right here, insert your professional leadership mission statement. That was the very first assignment that you ever did. Just literally cut and paste it right here. If you wanted to add to it, and this is optional, so I'm going to tell you what you're going to do, and then I'm going to give you the optional as well. You wouldn't just do your leadership statement, you would do your organization's mission statement as a whole. So you might have a whole mission statement about keeping children healthy and safe, great educational systems, and then underneath that you would also put your own personal leadership mission statement about how you are as a leader, what your goals are for yourself. Behavior policy. So this is what we wrote, I think in the second or third week, I think we wrote. So behavior policy that we've already written, literally just cut and paste it here. Optional, you would do behavior policies for staff, if you have them for families, if you have them for children, anything behavior policy related, you might want to put it here. Because what this operational file is designed to do is just be a compilation of everything that you need in order to run your center. So in the moment, if you needed a behavior policy, you could come here and you could take out what it is that you needed. Team building policy, so we wrote that I think in the fourth week. So the team building policy that you have and any ideas here, literally cut and paste once again. Optional would be staff workshops, things that we've written as far as team building, a lot of different ideas, agendas, anything like that that has to do with team building that you have or you have in a lot of places. You would import this into the file so that you could have it at a moment's notice on your fingertips. Staff workshops here. Staff evaluation policy here. So this is what we wrote, I think, in the 6th or 7th week was our staff evaluation. Once again, cut and paste it and put it in. Also in here, if you do if you do ECHRS evaluations, that would be an optional thing that you could add as well, the policy for doing that or the procedures that you have for that. If you do very specific job performance evaluations that are tied in with raises, if you do go anywhere above and beyond that kind of has to do with staff evaluation, you could also put this in. Once again, that's optional. Salary matrix or a professional budget. So if you have a professional budget that you're working on, you can add that here, or the salary matrix that we used before, you can insert that into here as well. If you do a professional budget or you do many professional budgets, that's where you would add all of this type of stuff. It might be your year-end highlights. That might be a fantastic thing to have an operational file, is all of your past years, like what you actually ended up with. So I made $5 million and I spent $4 million, something like that. So that you could see for the past decade, this has been my revenue source, this has been my income, this has been my expenses, things like that. That would be a good place to see the forecasting of those types of things. job descriptions here. So you have teacher job descriptions, janitor job descriptions, kitchen staff, floaters, assistant directors, directors. Then, so whatever you have, so whatever you created for the class, that literally goes here. Optional would be to have all of them already written out. And then optional would be job contracts as well. So job description is different than a job contract, and job contract is something that you actually sign saying, I will give you such and such amount of hours for doing these responsibilities. Your shift is blah, 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 blah. If you need to see an example of a job contract, I can let me know. I can send it to you. So job contracts would go here as well. Termination procedures before this. So you're once again going to insert the termination procedures that you've written. Optional would be to do your hiring questions, your hiring procedures, your anything that has to do with hiring and firing, discrimination policies that you might have, harassment policies, anything like that would go in this section as well. Then you need to insert 2 class resources here, anything that you learned or enjoyed reading about in the class. So a website that was interesting, a link to a PDF that I might have put up, something in a discussion board, an idea that somebody gave you, a URL of a website, anything like that, you'll link here. 5 community resources, so the name, so Oceanside Women's Clinic, the number, the website, oceansidewomensclinic.com. And then if you knew a contact person, that would be a fantastic place to keep that contact information. Her name's Janice. The hours that she worked, like any kind of information, especially when you're building a network, having that, like, she has brown hair and she likes frappuccinos, or something like that, because building networks is a lot of times kind of sales and marketing techniques, remembering who the people are, being able to easily converse with them, and a lot of that has to go with information that you might have about the people that you're working with. So if you are trying to build your network, put them as much community resources and as many contact information and contact people as you can, because then you'll have one place. That's kind of what this is anytime you need a contract, a policy, a procedure, a community resource, anything like that, you literally just have to get on your computer, go to the table of contents, see that it's on page 59, go to page 59, see what the person's name, their Starbucks order, and their number is, give them a call, and hopefully get what you need, or they can help you provide a service for our family. So that's kind of why I do this operational file, so that it can be like a really quick place for you if you ever need that. And then, as I was talking about in the PowerPoints that I was narrating earlier, this is this list of policies for your own workplace. So what do you need to write? So it doesn't just exist. So someday in the future, you'd actually like to write it. What do you need to revise in order for it to be great? What guidelines for staff, family, or communities do you need? So for example, I've given you an example. This is something you have to do. This is not optional. So example 1 would be, number 1, I want to revise my diaper changing procedures for my staff so that it includes pictures. So it would be with a doll, obviously not with a child who's actually getting their diaper changed, but showing them how we want them to put on gloves, at what step do they put on gloves. And then I also am going to include a back safety component with back safety pictures as well, because I've been having issues with my staff not following ergonomic guidelines. They're hurting their backs when doing diaper changes, and so I want to have a very clear-cut guideline and procedure so that they know how I expect them to do diaper changing. It's for you guys, so any policies that you are noticing as a teacher, you want your teachers to, your co-teachers to be better at, or you'd like to go through your closets and have a master list of things we have and things we want. Anything like that that you need in your workplace that you need to write or you need to think through in order to have better guidelines for yourself or better checklists. So this is very personal, but it is not optional. It's something that I want everybody to have. And then that's it. So you are really, this is a choose your own adventure operational file. You can do the bare minimum. You will still get 50 points. As long as you have all of the key points that are written down in here, you will get the 50 points. There's a rubric on the assignment in Canvas, so you can see exactly how I've broken down the points. But the choose your own adventure is if you have a lot of things, you have a lot of policies in a lot of diverse places, and you'd like to actually pull it together in order for it to be this huge document that you have, then please do it now. There's no better time than when it's an assignment and you need to do it for class, so you might as well do it now if you have the time that you want to put in it, or if you even just want to get started on it and you want to start adding those job contracts, you want to start adding hiring and firing procedures above and beyond what the assignment is, please feel free to do that. This class is designed to help you in the workplace and help you be professional. So please do it if you want to, but you don't have to. If you just do the bare minimum, you'll still get that 50 points. All right, so thanks so much. This is a short video just designed to help you guys learn a little bit more about the operational file, but once again, you can always email me with any questions or concerns.